जियो अपनी इनबॉर्न जिंदगी. How to understand your inborn intelligence. What is inborn intelligence? Come along with me for a journey to understand a very specific question. What is inborn? What is my innate abilities? Myself, Ramya Sundar, a parenting and a career coach representing CFMID Limited. CFMID stands for Center for Multiple Intelligence in Dermatoglyphics. I would welcome each one of you all to answer a question for me. Can you? What is learning? I repeat, what is learning? We all have heard about teaching, sharing information to our near and dear ones, training our kids, teaching somebody. But what is learning? Can someone define what is learning? Would you like to see how learning looks? This is how learning looks. This is a wonderful circuit which is happening in our brain cells. So how do we connect this to the concept of learning? Learning is nothing but a synaptic sensation that happens in our brain cells. The aha moment, the idea, wow, I get to do this. This feeling, this idea, this capacity to absorb and assimilate a new learning is what we call as synaptic cells in our brains. Now, isn't this interesting? I have another question for you all. When does learning begin? When do our brains start to learn? So we all agree that a person starts learning not just post-birth, right from his womb stage. So what is a womb stage? A fetus starts its brain development as early as the first to second trimester in pregnancy. We understand that the brain cells are formed, the brain lobes are developed right between the second and the third month in pregnancy. So we establish the fact that brain lobes are formed in the fetal stage, this leading to an understanding that learning also starts in right from the fetal stage. So we have established two facts, brain development and learning. There is a very interesting third component that Dermatoglyphics shares with us, that with brain, with learning, the third component, fingerprints, are also formed exactly during the first and the second month of pregnancy. So why are we learning about fingerprints and brain and the learning abilities? I would like to share you a wonderful concept of dermatoglyphics. Dermatoglyphics speaks about understanding brain lobe potentials based on one's fingerprints pattern. How do we do this? I will be sharing in a couple of minutes. Dermatoglyphics helps us to understand the fingerprint patterns. Let's understand, when we were speaking about the brain, the learning and the fingerprints, how does this guide us and help us to identify our inborn potential? CFMID specializes in generating inborn talent potential assessment test, a biometric test to know one's innate abilities. How do we do this? We scan the 10 fingerprints of a person or a child and generate a 40-page report. I will help you to see what all is visible in this concept of biometric test. One of a very important information that this test reveals is, am I a right brain learner or am I a left brain learner? What is a right brain versus a left brain? We have certain characteristics that we use in our day-to-day lives. If I'm a right brain dominant person, my reaction to my external world could be a little more at an emotional level. My ability to understand art, music and science could be in a very different way. If I'm a left brain learner, I would love to sense my surrounding using my logical components. My ability to be very curious, to be very questioning, to know my whys and whats and hows would define my ability to connect to the world around me. Now, if as a parent I know, if I am able to understand that my child is a right brain dominant person, how would be my communication style? I would exactly know how to communicate, how to motivate and how to work with my child who is either a left brain dominant or a right brain dominant. Another beautiful understanding, suppose if I told you every human brain has 8 multiple intelligence, How would you find it? Isn't this wonderful? Every one of us having 8 multiple intelligence. Our biometric report is able to reveal the exact percentage of how much of these percentage of intelligence do one possess. Can I just help you understand what are these 8 names? First foremost, linguistic ability. Am I word smart? Am I able to articulate my speech very correctly? Am I able to communicate openly? Do I have the skill to write, to text, to create, to blog? Is power of language a strong capacity in me? That means I possess a very strong multiple intelligence of linguistic abilities. A second intelligence we all possess is logical or mathematical intelligence. Most of us may be very comfortable with numeracy skills, understanding finance, accounts, being very logical. Maybe physics is very comfortable for me. I'm able to decode anything around numbers, solving Sudoku, mental math. All these fall under the components of logical multiple intelligence. The third MI, or the multiple intelligence that we see, speaks about natural. Who is a naturalist? Any of those child or that adult who loves being in nature, enjoys spending time with either a pet or a plant, having a deep understanding of spices, where there is 5 senses integration, loves to travel, explore being outdoor. We call these people to be very nature smart. The fourth MI, musical or the rhythmic intelligence. All those children who enjoy being in the company of musical instruments, can decode sounds, are very comfortable with vocabulary, ragas, playing musical instruments. We call them as rhythmic intelligence. Moving on to the next and a very interesting MI, we name it the interpersonal. Interpersonal just suggests how sensitive am I to the people around me. Am I so caregiving? Why am I so nurturing? Why do people influence me? Why do I have the capacity to connect with others? Interpersonal intelligence speaks volumes about human emotions and understanding human energies. Moving on to the next one, intrapersonal. Just a flip of one alphabet. Intrapersonal is someone who is very self-aware about himself. Sensitivity towards self. I would love to be within myself. I derive energy by doing activities which involves me. This is someone who enjoys being very self-reflective, introspective, and being so connected with self. Another one that we look at as MI is kinesthetic or the body ability. Now, body intelligence is divided into 2 categories. Some would be very comfortable using their fine motor skills, like maybe playing an instrument, or writing, calligraphy, chopping, it's endless, stitching, sewing and all of that. Somebody would be very comfortable using their whole body or the gross motor skills, as we see in sportsmen, dancers, adventurers, trekkers and all that. So body kinesthetic intelligence is all about how smartly am I able to use my muscles. Moving on to another multiple intelligence, this speaks volumes about one's aesthetic sense. Why do colors, patterns, structures really make my world? How am I able to pick up some colors, some patterns, some designs? So people who are so comfortable in the area of visual industry seem to possess a very strong multiple intelligence of spatial or visual aesthetics. The last one and a very interesting one, we speak about existential intelligence, or children or adults whom we put under the spiritual smartness or wonder smartness. Have you ever wondered about open-ended life questions like what happens after death? Does karma really apply? Why are some people so influenced by philosophy and psychology, or working with NGOs? Where do they derive all their thought process? These are the different kinds of intelligence. Every brain is programmed But what makes us very different and what makes us very unique is the way we use these intelligences. We may not possess all of them at the same level, but how do we understand what works for me, what is strong for me? So understanding the multiple intelligence is very interesting, but when we are able to map your exact percentages using a report from the biometric analysis, it's very interesting to help not only myself but also my child to guide them in a specific way. For example, if I know my child has a very strong naturalistic intelligence or a musical intelligence, doesn't it make it easy for me as a parent to select hobbies, to select extracurricular activities? Doesn't it sound very interesting? So understanding, am I able to create an environment where my child actually is happy to continue and sustain a particular hobby or a subject or a career, is how this report helps us. Moving on to a very interesting understanding of learning style. Do you all agree to this, that sometimes we tell our children, you should walk and read, why don't you listen to music and read? I think you should write everything three times. We share study tips based on our upbringing or my style of learning. But have you ever thought my child could have a very different and a unique way to absorb information? Our brain perceives, learns, absorbs and grasps information broadly by three methods. First, either by seeing, visualizing, taking in information through pictures, graphs, images and videos. We call these people as the visual learners. The second kind of learners, we name them as auditory learners. Simply put, they are very comfortable taking information via their ears. They love to listen, hear, feel the sound. Voice of the trainer is very important for auditory learners. The last and a very interesting group of learners, the kinesthetic, or we call them the do-it learners. They are very practical, hands-on. They want to touch and taste and smell and break and experience their world with their five senses. If the report is able to guide us in understanding how do you study, what is your learning style, what works the best for your child, don't you think this road to guiding my child is a little more easier? So the report suggests what is your learning style. It gives you an understanding what is your visual learning percentage, what is your auditory style, and how much is your kinesthetic ability. Most of us as parents, we sometimes find it very challenging to help kinesthetic students learn. We all feel, he doesn't sit in a place for more than half an hour, very fidgety, always moving. So the report gives you specific tips on how do I help my child based on his or her learning style. So if we know my child is visual, or if I am visual, how do I encourage learning? Just use a lot of videos, colors, patterns, designs, use a lot of flowcharts. If your child is a high auditory, they are those children who are very comfortable, who tell you, Mama, you please read this lesson for me. I'm more easy and relaxed sitting and listening. Words may not make so much of an immediate sense to me, but sound, audiobooks are more relatable for audio kids. What about the last kind of learners? Encourage and role play. Involve them in hands-on activities like beading, coloring, pasting, crumpling. All of those activities are what keep a practical learner very hooked on to learning. The learning styles also helps us to plan our studies. If we are in our school days, we have our school exams coming, we are sitting for the 10th grade or the 12th grade or giving competitive exams. How effectively do I motivate my child to do the maximum in minimum effort? That is the beauty of customizing and understanding how my child would prefer to learn. Let me take you with some of, or most of the interesting parameters an ECA report gives us a lot of information on. First and foremost, we are able to identify suitable hobby areas. Is my child comfortable going to abacus, or is he more comfortable in a sports? Is he more comfortable into learning an art form, or is it going to be a musical instrument? We as parents are quite confused, and most of the time we are experimenting with our children's time and effort. We are not very much sure, or we are not very confident, is the child actually interested in the hobby, and will he or she take it up for a longer duration of his life? We are also able to understand what kind of school board selection would make an important decision in a child's life. How do I communicate to my child? There are a lot of parameters in an iPad report that gives us parents guidance on how to communicate, how to motivate, how to understand the emotional competency of my child, how to study based on learning styles, how to customize. We all agree if we have 2 kids at home, they are having very different thought process. How do I encourage them? How do I nourish their environment? Subject suitability. We may have kids who are very comfortable in most of the subjects. We may have some children who are very passionate about some subjects and are not so comfortable with something else. How do I give them a roadmap in subject selection post 10th or 12th, which is a bang on decision so that they do not keep changing their subjects either post 10th or 12th. What after 10th? What after 12th? Today, we all agree, post 2020, it's not just about choosing an arts or a commerce or a science stream. It's much beyond that. What suitable careers? What is the comfortable work environment for my child? All these parameters, we get information from a CFMID ECA report. What are some of the features or informations or parameters that guides us as parents to give the best environment for our children? First of all, we are able to understand the brain dominance. As we said earlier, you are able to understand, is my child, is he more of a right brain learner or a left brain learner? What is the learning style? What is my child's core personality competency? Is he more introverted? Is he more extroverted? Does this child take time making friends? Is he comfortable going on the stage and performing? What is triggering anger in this child? Lot of other personality traits we are able to map. We are also able to guide our kids understanding his logical thought process, or this is coming from a creative area. Multiple intelligence mapping. We also are able to understand, is my child programmed to be a focused learner, or is he someone who loves to be in a multitasking area? Simply put, we do have some kids who prefer to pursue a hobby for years together. We may have certain children within our vicinity who are constantly jumping within hobbies or subjects, or we see them, they're not able to put all the focus all the time in one area. There is a very valid reason why kids do that. If we as parents are aware and alert in what type is my child most comfortable in living his own dreams, it's very easy to nurture and guide them. We are also able to inform parents about their child's intelligence quotient, emotional quotient, creative quotient, and the adversity quotient. We also tell you the list of inborn skills. What is inborn? Something that the child is blessed gene-wise, which is in the blood of the child, and it is an intrinsic potential of the child. How do we identify? And most importantly, why do we identify? Because that is something that makes the child extremely happy. We are also able to help you to identify the right career or right suggestions, and we also share remedies and certain tips to develop your inborn potential. Dermatoglyphics. What is dermatoglyphics? Derma means the skin, and glyphic means the pattern or the curves that we see on our fingertips. So dermatoglyphics is the study of fingerprint patterns that helps us in understanding one's inborn potential. Where we find references to these things It is visible in our Indian scriptures called the Hasta Samudrika Shastra. Wasn't this journey wonderful of how we are able to understand and guide not only self but also our children around by knowing one's brain potential and personality? Who is this report for? I'm sure a lot of us must be having this question. Can I go for this? What is the best age? Who should go for it? How many times do I go for this? ECA report or the CFMID iPatch report can be generated for anyone who is 2 years and above. 2 years of age and above, up to whoever. So let me give you an example of people who can go for this report. Pre-primary students, preschoolers, primary and secondary school children, college students, children who are looking out in the crossroads of 12th, 10th grade and 12th grade, people who would like to have a better clarity in career selection and job choices, working professionals. Maybe you're in your mid-30s and 40s, you're looking at, should I get into a startup? Should I branch out and have an own entrepreneurship? These report can also give you a lot of guiding parameters in these areas. A lot of us women, we would have taken a break and would want to come back with a bang. Where do I invest my thoughts and energy? And even mid-career changes. How do I go ahead with the process? 4 important steps. First and foremost, we need to take your 10 fingerprint scans. How do we do this? We have come up with a wonderful app. It's the world's first touchless fingerprint scans through the unique mobile app. So you download this app on your phone, you just scan your 10 fingerprints, send it to us. The second step, an ECA report of 40 pages gets generated. Third step, online report consultation process is undertaken over a call, over a Skype. The process of sharing the information of the report is the third and the most important step that connects the consultant and the person who's generated the report. The fourth and the last step, we support you with continued support in terms of queries and clarification. The process is forever. So 4 main steps. First, fingerprint scans, we generate a report, do an online consultation and future support. Okay. Last, I would like to conclude by saying KYC. Know your child. Know your core. Do we all agree that success lies when we take correct decision at the right time? What makes us happy? What makes us ambitious? What makes us reach our goals of self-actualization? Somebody simply puts, know your potential, know your skills, know your talent. If there is a tool available which clearly identifies and communicates, this is your core, this is your nature, this is your home ground, don't you think this is very interesting for us to try and experiment? Jiyo apni inborn zindagi. This is a power of knowing about your inborn intelligence. CFMID, India's first limited company in the field of dermatoglyphics based inborn potential assessment report. We are extensively working with students, parents, schools and corporates. It is our passionate mission in igniting India's inborn intelligence. It is our goal to create 1 million happy parents. Would you like to join our mission? Finally, I would end my session by saying, Jiyo apni inborn zindagi.